Welcome to the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit reading. This morning, we pulled the peacock. Inner beauty, compassion, assimilator of anything. The beauty of the peacock is unrivaled. It's easy to think it comes from the plumage, but the secret of the peacock is that the beauty resides within and extends outward indefinitely. This adept creature can assimilate or digest all experiences in life, so it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. The peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. When in balance, the peacock's energy is confident and kind. When out of balance, it can't digest situations. To bring it into balance, meditation on the navel is recommended. Meditation on the navel, your belly button, umbilicus, is recommended. I needed that today. I needed to be reminded that it is not what I do to adorn my exterior that creates my beauty. It is what I am that determines my beauty. What I am is not on the outside. What I am is on the inside. Things from the inside. Kindness, compassion, thoughtfulness. We can stand to use more of that in the world. We may think it's corny to be compassionate and kind, and we wait till Christmas to show love, or we wait till Valentine's Day to show love. Well, every day is Valentine's Day. Every day is Christmas. There's a line in here that says, it does not harbor resentment, conflict, or past pain within its psyche. Some of us, including myself, we've gone through our share of things in life. But there comes a time when those things that we've gone through that weren't so nice, someone mistreated you, or just tough and challenging situations. There's so many things that we could have gone through that have impacted us. But I think the peacock is a true treasure because it says it can assimilate anything. To assimilate, to me, based on how it's used in the sentence, means to take something in and make it into something else, or to transmute. So all of those things that we have experienced that have not been positive, so they've created hurt, they've caused us to have rifts between people. All of those things can be assimilated into something else. Because remember, the energy cannot be destroyed, but we can change it into something else. And that's the beauty of the peacock. It takes in and it transmutes negativity into the most beautiful thing we lay our eyes on. Think about that for a minute. How does it do that? Well, for me, I think having the ability to change the energy that you have. So if you're feeling stuck in a negative situation, a loop you can't break the cycle. The first step in that assimilation process is to recognize that there is a cycle. can't fix what you don't know. And you don't necessarily even have to fix it. As long as you become aware that the cycle exists, this is where you can take a step back and say to your body, okay, this is the cycle that I have right now. Here's an example. Perhaps you should choose better friends. And you say to your body, okay, I see that habit that I've got going on this cycle. I don't quite choose the right type of people that bring out the best in me, or that I bring out the best in them. So whenever you see me going there, you remind me that this situation will not bring out the best in me, and redirect me so that I can encounter people and things and experiences that bring out the best in me. So you see, you've got the energy already. It's just a matter of, what do you want to take in? Right? So we want to change from one form to another. But here, the peacock type is extremely rare. Not many of us have reached this advanced level of acceptance of the self and others. To accept the self, to accept yourself. We've been led to believe that, oh, there's just something wrong with you. You are just not quite right. But that's not you. That's someone else's perception of you. This is why sometimes it's so challenging to accept ourselves, because we judge ourselves based on how someone else sees us. It's not a matter of what someone else sees. We'll never see the same as someone else. I could look at blue and someone can call it azure. It's still blue, but it's a different type or shade of blue. I can see pink and someone will call it magenta. Are we wrong? They're just different shades. We perceive things differently. We see things differently from the others, from the other person that we encounter. So the key to self-acceptance is to understand what you are. What are you? What are you? As you answer that question, what am I? What do you hear in the back of your mind? Well, you're just like this person. You're just like that person. Oh, you can't be like that person. You're not good enough to be this person. That's not you. Those are someone else's perceptions of you. What are you? You have to answer that question. What are you? We're seeking. But you cannot seek that which you are, because you are it. You just simply need to come to the awareness of it. The same way you cannot fix a problem that you are not aware of. If you don't know you have a problem, and you can't fix it. So how can you accept yourself when you don't know what you are? You can't know what the other person is either. They have to know who they are. So that's why everything, my daddy always says this, charity begins at home. I've been hearing that for many decades. I've been hearing that. Charity begins at home. So if you want to accept the other person, you must accept yourself. People say flaws and all. Flaws are external. Again, based on human perceptions. But what you are is perfect. You doubt me? You doubt that you are perfect? What does that mean? Well, how do I know I'm perfect? When I look up at the stars and I see Orion, did you know the top 2 stars and the bottom 2 stars are equally spaced from left to right and up and down? They are evenly spaced. The top 2 stars, the bottom 2 stars, and then the distance between those 2 stars left and right. And then the 3 diagonal stars are exactly evenly spaced. It is perfection. It is perfection. The Little Dipper is perfectly shaped. Perfectly shaped. The sun? See how round it is? There's not a single flaw within it that my eye can perceive. The tree, it's not little, the giant crabapple tree that's outside, not a leaf on it. But when the frost covers every single branch and you look at it and the reflection of the light shimmers off of it, it is perfection. Nature is perfect. And you know what we are? We are part of nature. Even though we think we aren't and we somehow supersede nature. Let me remind you, we are part of nature and nature is perfect. Who or whatever created this universe is consistent and balanced. So if you see perfection in one area, there is perfection in all areas. So I'm not telling you or myself that I'm perfect based on my opinion. I'm telling you we are perfect based on the evidence that surrounds me. And the reason why we have an issue with accepting what we are is because we have forgotten. We forgot because we were busy taking on the perception of other people. If we look around us and recognize the perfection that is there and the beauty that is there, then it stands to reason when you look upon your neighbor or the people you encounter, you will recognize their perfection as well. Despite if the nutmeg in front of you cuts you off in traffic, yes, that person is perfect too. Right? But somewhere along the line, we've done things to each other. And we've held on to those bruises. We've held on. Let us remember to embrace our perfection, because that perfection is flawless and it is beautiful and it comes from within you. How do I know that it comes from within you? Well, have you ever planted something? That little tiny seed. And it all of a sudden all of a sudden becomes a giant oak or a baobab tree from a little tiny seed. Perfection comes from within. So remember to reset yourself every day. See the perfection that is all around you and accept it. You must accept it. You're part of that perfection. But so too is the person around you. So let us all be like the peacock today and stand firm and shake those feathers out. Fan them out so that the entire world can see and be in awe of your inner beauty. Yes. And you notice how you can't see your own feathers. Oh. Because you are meant to understand and see that the beauty is within them, and they will see the beauty in you. That's how you see yourself. It needs to be reflected back to you. The perfection of nature is reflected to you. Then that's what you are. So, I leave you with that. Be the peacock. Be the peacock. Remember to subscribe to this podcast. Share this podcast, especially if it moves you. Check out my YouTube channel. And you can also email suggestions or thoughts. Share your feelings and your opinions. Remember, you can share all facets of you. But most of all, share the love and the kindness and the compassion to each and every person that you encounter. I'm not telling you to do something that I don't do, because I have to remind myself to do it every day as well. You do it every day and watch how you begin to assimilate negative and make it into positive. Watch and see how you will transform fear into courage. Let me tap my crystal wand, my crystal tuning fork, because I think it's appropriate right now. Much love.